All power to the people. Black power, peace, love, life, and balance. It's Chief Jamal coming to you talking about this. Listen, to understand this in regards to talking about black women with masculine energy. Understand that she had to watch the black man get raped and his manhood taken throughout the transatlantic slave trade. Then in the war era, where it was Civil War, World War I, or World War II, she had to watch the black man be put on the front lines and killed to win these wars. Then after that, she had to watch she had to choose between having the black man around and feeding her children. Then after that, those same black men who've been downtrodden and hunted all those years was given the drug trade, and she had to watch the black man go to jail. So it has been proven we inherit the afflictions of our ancestors. These women are dealing with a lot of affliction and watching us, and it's time that we win, black man.
Wow, that's the first time I ever heard anyone, you look at this thing between the male and the female in our community from that angle. That is really interesting. I mean, this guy really looked at it from a psychological perspective. His point of view was a psychological, and he just really got in depth with it. I never looked at it that way. The problems that we're having right now between the two sexes, the male and the female, and I'm speaking about heterosexual relationship between the man and the woman, and the misunderstanding that's going on. But wow, some people are not going to like that video. It might be too strong, or like a drink. How you have a drink that's straight up, without, not even on the rocks, just straight up, hard drink. That's what that video reminded me of. I mean, this guy got right to the point. And I think a lot of us brothers need to really look at, listen to what he's saying in that video before, because it's easy to judge and make criticism on our, the women in our community. But I really think that we really need to look at that, think about what he said, because I haven't. I mean, this is the first time that I've, now I'm thinking about what he said, and I know that some might say, oh, well, yeah, well, that. You have to look at things from a different angle sometime in order to understand what's going on. Like over here from a different angle so you can understand what's going on over here, hypothetically speaking. But wow, in spite of all the accolades and accomplishments that our women have made to this day, they have been through a lot. I mean, of course, we've been through a lot too. Yes, I know this. This is not a competition of me saying who's been through more than the other. I'm not going there with that. But what I'm saying is, I think both of us, or both parties, or both sides, should look at this from a psychological angle. Not just for the woman, but for the man too. I think the female should look at this on a different angle as far as the trauma and all the stuff like that the man and our community have gone through, and not just have gone through, but the trauma that we've placed upon ourselves because of psychological issues that we've had for the longest time that's never been addressed. And the same thing could go with the women, for our women in our community. Now, I know that there are some people who are not in our community that don't want to hear this. I mean, that, don't want this to be talked about. I mean, what can I do? I mean, what do you want? I mean, you have other communities that are doing far better than ours. I mean, man. I mean, they come over to this land and just prosper. I think Kevin Samuels had mentioned something about that. He said because it's the family structure that is the reason why they're successful like this. These people who are coming from different parts of the world, their family structure is sound. I know ours were before, back in the 50s and the 40s and stuff like that, but somehow we just lost it, And of course, there were some elements behind that contribute to that, that ejected into the equation. But, you have to educate yourself. And also, too, you have to, instead of being critical, instead of being critical on our women, let's just take a step back, and try to understand, because I'm going to tell you something. A woman is like a reflection of the men in her community. What I mean by that is that even if they don't, when you have a mirror just, every move you make, that mirror makes, just so I'm just saying, I'm not talking about the accomplishments that our women in our community made. I'm talking about, the things that, we might do. They watch us, we might take a move here, make a move there. And they're like, okay, if it's a negative move, they're going to counteract it with a negative move. If it's a positive move, then hopefully they'll counteract it with a positive move without any outside influence. That's if outside influence is not interjecting, But anyway, that video I found to be very interesting. I really do. And I think we need to kind of look at things from a different angle, and stop being too hard on each other, Sometimes you need hard on each other, but give it a break there. There's nothing wrong with giving a compliment every now and then. Say, hey, even though this is happening like this, I really appreciate XYZ. Come on. It won't hurt. Click here. Click it.